During this time, it is extremely important to thank all of my teachers for all of the hard work that they have been putting in.
Because this week is Teacher Appreciation Week, I just wanted to come on here and appreciate all of my teachers that I have this semester.
It's Teacher Appreciation Week, and I am most thankful for all my teachers for, especially now, making sure that we get all the work, helping us, and it's just been very beneficial.
Last week was Teacher Appreciation Week, so I feel that they deserve to be thanked.
Hey everyone, I just wanted to make this short video to give all the teachers a thank you for everything they're doing during these crazy times. It's a lot for everyone to handle, and all the work the teachers are putting in is making it a lot easier for us students to navigate online school and to still get the same quality education that we need from home.
I'd like to thank is Miss Ostermiller. I had her for freshman year English, British literature, and media lit this year, so I've been with her a lot of years. She always listens to her students' concerns and adapts to the needs of the students. You know, she's never just set in her own ways. She really listens to everyone's opinions and takes the time to really explain the material well and works very hard grading, so thank you for everything.
Another teacher I would like to thank is Mrs. Ostermiller. She's just helped me to grow as a writer and as a student, and I really appreciate everything she's done for me that's sort of built up over the years I've known her, because I've had her since freshman year. I didn't have her my sophomore year, but I had her my junior, and now I have her in my senior year. And I've really learned a lot, and the skills I've learned I've brought into other aspects of my life, and I've learned to be more confident when it comes to talking in class and in debate, well, not debates really, but discussions we have, and I've become a lot more confident when I'm speaking to other people and I'm expressing my own opinions and thoughts on things.
I want to thank Miss Ostermiller for being so kind to me and other students in the class, because it just helps to have a class that you can just give your opinion in, and I like having debates and stuff and conversations on what we've watched. It's definitely an interesting English class. I've never taken a class like this that talks so much about journalism and stuff, but I really enjoy the class and I enjoy doing the assignments. So thank you so much for making online learning easier and more fun.
Senora Alvarez, I know I don't have you as a teacher this year, but I really appreciate you in the years past. You're so nice to me, and I don't know, I felt like a really close bond with you, and I feel like I could go tell you anything, and you're always there for me. And thank you for my Spanish lollipop.
Hi, Miss Alvarez. We all miss you so much, including me. And I just wanted to thank you for being such a great teacher and helping me learn Spanish 3, even though it's supposed to be hard, but I'm getting it quick. And I want to thank you for that. So thank you, and I appreciate you, and we all appreciate you, and we love you so much, and we miss you, and I'll see you at our next Zoom meeting. Happy Teacher Appreciation Week.
Miss Alvarez, I love you. I had so much fun in your class freshman year, even though, it was kind of bad, but I know I was still one of your favorite students. And I think you're a great teacher and a great person overall.
Happy Teachers Appreciation Day, Miss Artize. Thank you.
But I just want to say a special thank you to Mrs. Artize. And I got reasons why she's the best teacher ever. Reason one is she's there for me in many ways. She's very kind, she's supportive, she's above and beyond. She's very caring and wonderful. She's 1 in a million, and she's my second mother. Thank you, Mrs. Artize.
I would like to say thank you to Mrs. Balls for always encouraging me to be the best student I can be and helping me plan my future.
Thank you, Ms. Balls. Your students appreciate all the help and support you've given us throughout these years.
Hey, how you doing, Ms. Bernstein? It's me, Jason. I just want to say how you doing. How are you? And I just want to say so far, thank you for all you've done so far. Even though we're not in school no more, I still feel like you've helped me out throughout this whole process. From like the beginning of freshman year all the way to now. You still send us emails, which is really, really good, and I appreciate that. And it feels good whenever you like start get in contact with us. And I just want to thank you for that.
I am Mr. Borkowski. Thanks for making psychology fun. You always make me laugh in class, whether it's a joke or just you being you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Everyone needs a laugh.
The second teacher I'd like to thank is Mr. Borkowski. He's my AP psychology teacher, and he always makes the class laugh. He's very lighthearted, and he does a very, very good job at preparing us for the AP exam. Altogether, he just works really hard and is a very good teacher, so thank you.
Hi, Mr. Borkowski. I just wanted to say thank you so much for everything that you're doing. I know it's a tough time, but you're really doing a great job helping us succeed. The live classes are really helping me better understand the topics that we're learning about, and I just wanted to say thank you.
Mr. B, thank you for introducing me to something that I never thought learning about and always having fun new projects for us.
For my first teacher, Mr. Boudreau, I envy your work ethic. You're a very hard worker. I think everybody sees that, and I think it's pretty cool how you're open to like all the students' ideas and stuff like that.
Mrs. Cangiano. So obviously our class has changed quite a bit. The class in general just relies so much on communication, interaction, discussion, and obviously that's very difficult to do online when we're not able to be there in person, and it's especially difficult for you when you have your kids running around and you have to try and control them, and you're trying to do the class at the same time. And at first you had said that, you didn't think it was going to be able to happen. You weren't going to be able to have Zoom meets and lessons and all of that stuff. It would just be some other form of work. But you were able to do it, and we have Tuesdays we have meets, and Fridays we have trivia, and it just really helps a lot. And especially what also really helps is the lessons that you put onto Google Classroom that we're able to rewatch and pick apart and take notes on. It's just very beneficial and has helped me a lot.
Miss Kanj, you've made this whole online school process really fun. I really like doing all the Kahoots and everything, although I have not won one yet. I hope to win one and get a postcard in the mail. Even the little stuff like that, I'm sure our entire class really appreciates it, and I really appreciate it. Stuff like that is, I think, what all of us need during these times, is a little boost to pick us all up and make us all happy. Well, that's all my teachers that I have for the second semester. Of course, I also am thankful for all my teachers in the first semester, but I just want to specifically highlight these teachers as they're putting all this effort into me through all this online school, and it really shows, and I'm really thankful for it, and just wanted to make this video and say thank you. Have a good one. We salute you on this day. Cartnarks out.
Canj, Miss Cangiano Berry. I really enjoy your class. Both of them. I have two with you. First off, I guess I'll do sociology. I didn't really know what I was getting myself into when choosing it as an elective, but that class has been one of my favorites this year, especially because I like the way you teach it, and you're just one of my favorite teachers. It's a good time. It's an interesting concept, like kind of going into it's like, what the heck, sociology, but the way you teach it and make it open to everyone is great, and it just feels like a welcoming class where we can talk about our opinions on sociological issues. So yeah, I really enjoy that class, as well as CI. Both of them are great. I like the way, and I really like the way you've been handling at-home classes. The videos you've been giving us are helpful. The crash course videos honestly teach really well. Yeah, thanks for being a good teacher.
Miss Kaplan, thank you for showing me that art can actually be pretty fun, even though I was a pretty big doubter of that. It just takes time to enjoy what you're doing. You taught me that things in life take time and nothing comes easy, so you just have to work for it. Thank you.
The fourth teacher I'd like to thank is Miss Kaplan. I take ceramics with her. She always laughs at my horrible artwork and never penalizes me for it, so thank you for that. And she always gives students like the extra time if they need any help. If they're struggling to finish a project, she's very flexible with, like what the students can do, so thank you very much.
Hi, Miss Kaplan. Thank you for being an outlet for me when I'm upset or just talking to me, whether it was leaving at the end of the day or just in drawing or after drawing. Whenever I was angry, usually, you happen to be there and calm me down, and it really means a lot, and I appreciate it.
And then we have Miss Connolly, and I wanted to thank her for having such a good way of teaching the class, because math is something that people don't necessarily love all the time, but I find that she really has a good way of helping us understand what we're doing, even if it's something that's confusing or a hard subject.
Hi, Miss Daggs. I just wanted to thank you so much for everything that you have been doing, especially with trying to find ways to teach us through the computers, and for always helping me out in history, especially if I'm not understanding something. And I just wanted to thank you and just let you know that everyone appreciates the hard work that you're doing for us. And I hope to see you soon.
And for my D block, Miss D'Agostino, my CI teacher, thank you for all that you've taught me about politics, for all that you've taught me about what the world's like, all the presidential stuff that's going on, everything going on with the government. Even though I do tend to slack off in class, I've made up for it in social distancing with being home and distance learning. I just want to say thank you, and I'm sorry for slacking.
Miss D'Agostino, I just want to let you know I appreciate you as a teacher. You're so nice to our class when we actually had class, and you wanted to like find the best in all of us and try to get like us to like go out of our comfort zone in history class and try and like talk and participate, and I really enjoyed you as a teacher, so thank you. Hi, Miss.
Thank you, Ms. Danner, for all your hard work during these uncertain times. We all appreciate how much light you bring into education and learning. I hope you stay safe, and thank you for being so amazing.
Hey, Ms. Danner. Thanks for being one of my favorite teachers all year. You make class more enjoyable and fun by all the stories you tell. You also make sure no students left behind and explain every lesson really good. Thanks.
Miss DeGennaro, you have helped me understand history way better. I always look forward to your class. I very much appreciate the way you always make me feel like I'm welcomed in your class, and not only that, you've helped so many people understand a lot about history. You make class very fun with your games. That's not many teachers do what you do for her students, her or his students. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. DeGennaro. I know I didn't really have your class on thanks to this happening, but when I did have study hall with you, I had the most fun time of my life, and I really appreciate for the animal ethics and what you do.
So the first teacher that I would like to thank that pops in my head is Mrs. Delcos. She's always there and willing to lend a helping hand, and she's just a very happy, positive person who never fails to put a smile on my face, and she's always greeting me in the morning when I walk past.
Mrs. DeTore, thank you for always being there for your students, especially this year helping me throughout the college process. I definitely wouldn't have been.
I'd like to say thank you to Ms. DeTore. You have been extremely kind and incredibly helpful, not only with NHS, but you've also been there for anything else students might need help with. So I think I speak for everyone when I say thank you very much.
Dodds. You're new to me this year, but you are a very, very outstanding lady, and you help all your students and appreciate their problems, and if they need help, you're there for them, and you're there supporting them, and I'm thankful for that, and that's very appreciative.
Miss Dodds, I just want to thank you for everything that you do. I really appreciate how much of a support system you're being for students during this tough time on online learning. I always know that I could run to you if I have any issues, and you'll email me back within minutes. And honestly, it's made me feel so much better and definitely made other kids feel so much better.
Hi, Miss Dodds. It really stinks that I haven't had you as a teacher in 2 years, but when I did have you, you always made class time really just fun and enjoyable and made it go by really quick. I thank you for everything that you have done for not only me, but for just North Brantford, and just for being such a great, approachable person to go to, and thank you for just being an amazing teacher.
All right, Mr. Dombrowski, throughout this entire quarantine, you have been very good at having communication with your students. There's been many times where I've been confused about what I'm supposed to do in an assignment. Like the other day, I was so overwhelmed and just confused on how to balance equations. I was just so mad about the whole thing, and it was very easy to just reach out to you, and you were able to show me what it was that I had to do. And despite it not being during our class time, and despite it not being your office hours, you still took me into Google Meets call, and you just showed me all the steps that I had to do. And I just want to thank you and let you know how much I appreciate what you're doing.
So I'm going to start off with Mr. Dombrowski. I see you every day for physical science and human anatomy, and I just want to say thank you for all the work that you helped me with, helping me pass my tests and quizzes, and just everything you do for me and the class.
Thank Mr. Dombrowski for helping me on assignments and making the class very enjoyable, and is overall a great science teacher.
Hi guys, I just want to send a quick thanks to Ms. Eligio in the Media Center. Thank you for always being there for everyone, helping us with our projects, things on the computers, or writing us our late passes to our classes after we had to stay a little later to print out our work. Thank you for being the spontaneous person you are, and even helping everyone out with the flash mob and rocking it out on stage. Thank you for always being there for us. We miss you.
Hey, just want to make this video really quick. Just wanted to say thank you so much to Ms. Esposito. Thank you for everything you've done throughout all my 4 years of high school, always checking in on me, always making sure everything's going smoothly, always making sure, everything's going good. Also want to say thank you so much for helping me through this journey of finding a college, and if it wasn't for her, I would really be lost, especially with everything going on outside of school. So just thank you so much for everything you've done. It doesn't go unnoticed, and we all appreciate you so much, so thank you.
Hi, Ms. Esposito. I just wanted to take a second to say thank you. Thank you so much for making these past 4 years something that I'll always remember. Thank you for your guidance and your support throughout the 4 years, and thank you for always leading me to success. I really appreciate all you do, and your work does not go unnoticed.
All right, Miss Eveland. Resource has changed quite a bit, and it's been somewhat more difficult to reach out and ask questions, but you have still been able to make Resource a place where you're able to do so with Google Meets every single class time. It just really helps a lot where, with all this online learning stuff, sometimes we're gonna have questions and we can't get to our teachers, and just knowing that we have, a resource to go to is just very beneficial and just helps us all a lot, and we really appreciate it.
Miss Evelyn and all the resource teachers, thank you. In order for me to be able to keep up with my work, you guys are there for me 100% of the time, and I thank you for that. I don't know where I'd be without it. I'd be a lost cause. I would have bad grades. I wouldn't be keeping up with the work that I've been keeping up with without you guys, so thank you.
Hi, Ms. Ratty. I just wanted to say thank you for being such an amazing teacher and all the dedication you put into your students. I miss you, and I hope you have a great rest of the year. Thank you.
I'm going to talk about how nice of a person Miss Friday is, and how she helped me with my first year of high school. So Miss Friday helped me with a lot. Well, first off, I'm going to start about how I hurt my ankle and how she really helped me with that. When I hurt my ankle, she always helped me. Always helped me. She always asked me how I was doing, always got me caught up with my stuff, put me in the front so I wouldn't have to walk all the way from the back. She moved me from her advisory room to hers, and it was so much fun. And yeah, overall, she's just a really great person. That's pretty much it. See ya.
Hi, Mrs. Ferrati. I am so glad that we got as close as we did over my 4 years at the high school, and I thank you for being such an active voice in not only the high school but in the North Branford community as a whole. And you taking over student council was probably one of the best things that ever happened. You brought so much to the table and just truly transformed the school as a whole. So I thank you for everything that you have done and just everything that you will continue to do.
So the first teacher I'll be thanking is Miss Feltis, and Miss Feltis has made Media Lit such a fun class. She always allows us to voice our opinions on topics and has a chance for everyone to talk, and we all get to hear everyone's opinions, and then we later talk about it in that class. So I really love that. Class is just always fun. The things we're learning, she always makes it fun. It's always interactive. Like, I genuinely learned to love Media Lit, and I didn't think I was going to at first, but I do, and I love Miss Feltis. I think she's a phenomenal teacher, so I just want to thank you for making one of my senior year classes really delightful.
The next teacher I'd like to thank is Miss Feltis. I've had her for less than a semester because we left after whatever happened, and I would just thank you for making class fun. You brought up real life examples and just made it more interesting, so it wasn't just, oh, here's this from this and that. It was more like we actually had like a different feel for it, I guess. So I thank you for that.
Hi, Miss Feltis. I just wanted to thank you so much for everything you do, and even though you're not like one of my teachers right now, but you were my teacher for the first term, and I just wanted to thank you for everything that you do, because especially being a new teacher at our school, I know it's not the easiest transition to do because you have to learn all the students' names and everything. And especially right now, because instead of just switching schools, now you have to switch and learn how to teach through computers because of Corona. And I know it's not the easiest thing to do, but I just wanted to thank you for everything that you do and just let you know that we all appreciate your hard work. And yeah, I just wanted to say thank you and that I missed you and I hope to see you soon.
So next I have Mr. Philippides, and I just wanted to thank Mr. Philippides for always being somebody who's really fun, that whenever I'm in his class, I really have no choice but to really be happy with what I'm doing. And he teaches one of my favorite subjects and convinced me to do choir, and I'm really glad that I did that.
Mr. Ford, you've truly helped me become a better writer this year by making me expand my knowledge even more when writing. Thank you for always making the class laugh as well.
Mr. Ford is another amazing teacher. I take his American Protest class, and he's just one of the funniest teachers I've ever had. Whether he knows it or not, I look forward to it every day. Going into his class, getting to be around him, he just has this great way, this great back and forth with his students that it makes an impact on you. It makes an impression on you, and every day it makes you want to come back in, learn more, have more fun, and he is an amazing person. So thank you, Mr. Ford.
Hi, it's Sally, and I'm just here to thank a few of my teachers. So I first want to start off with Mr. Ford. He is my American Protest teacher, and he's really understanding and nice and patient, and I just want to thank him for being a really good teacher and letting us basically do what we need to do whenever we need to do it, and he's really helpful, and he just makes life a little bit easier. So, yeah.
See you soon. Hi, Mrs. Gianzano. I just wanted to say thank you for always being available for us when we need help and for thoroughly explaining our classwork or homework or tests or anything graded so we better understand it. And thank you for making Hamlet interesting. And I hope to see you.
We have Miss Genzano, and I have Miss Genzano not only in school but also as a drama club director. So I just wanted to thank her for inspiring me to continue with theater and being somebody that I really look up to as not only a teacher but as a director. And I always just feel like in her classroom there's always just kind of a sense of happiness and she makes her class just something that everybody can really enjoy. So
Ms. Genzano, thank you for being a teacher. Thank you for being a good teacher for English. I've only had you for English in this 1 year, but in this year it's been one of my favorite English classes I've had in high school. Last year I wasn't too big on it, but this year your class is just very opening to discussion for interesting stuff to me, at least like Shakespearean writing. That's hype. So your class is enjoyable, and like the play, I was gonna do that until unfortunately, but that was fun, and your class is good. It's like a good place to talk. It's had a positive impact because I was never really talkative in English class because I've just never been too interested in it. But I feel like your class is more interesting than some English classes could be. And it's definitely hard doing stuff at home for all of us, and it's nice how you're still doing the video classes and keeping up with us even during the time at home during quarantine.
Chair, I just want to say thank you, and I appreciated your class so much, even though you'd never hear me say that to your face. You're such a good gym teacher, and you really push people to go to their limits and always put in their best effort during class. And honestly, I really appreciate you for that. And thank you for forcing me to do gym class half the time when I didn't want to. And I miss you.
Mr. Hersom, the money man. I only had you the first half, but you really helped me. I mean, again, I wasn't the best student, I was kind of lazy, but you really helped me with like how to store my money, how to make investments, and I'm gonna use that in the future, and that's gonna be very beneficial for me. So thank you.
Hersom, you're a very wonderful teacher. You're very funny. You're very open to kids, and you help a lot, and you allow more freedom in the classroom to express how we feel to you, and you are open arms to everybody. You help everybody. You do what a lot of teachers sometimes can't do, and that's to be there for the kids and just help them. But a lot of teachers in North Branford are very...
Thank you, Mr. Hersom, for being a really funny teacher who does a lot to make the class really exciting and engaging. It's really fun doing all the cool activities you have for us, or watching all the videos you set up for. I really like the videos you make, the money.
Miss LaCroix, what I appreciate the most about you is that obviously since you teach health, we talk about like very deep and sometimes dark subject matter in your class, and what I appreciate the most about you is that you never pretended that you were unaware that any one of those things could be happening to any of us students. You always made it clear that you were someone we could go to talk to if we needed anything or just needed someone to talk to. You always made it known to us that you were that kind of person that we could go to. That really means a lot to me, and I'm sure to a lot of other students. Just really appreciate knowing that we have someone like you around that we could just talk to if we need anything.
Hi, Mrs. LaCroix. I just wanted to say I miss hanging out in your classroom terribly, and thank you for being such an amazing teacher. You make every student that walks into North Branford High School feel safe and welcomed, and we all just appreciate it, and we appreciate everything that you do. So just thank you.
Roy, I just wanted to say thank you so much for everything that you're doing and offering for both your students and the Dream Team. I really appreciate you, and I really miss you, and I just wanted to say thank you for everything.
Happy Teacher Appreciation Day, Mrs. Lazari. Thank you for all that you do.
Miss Lazari, I would like to thank you from the bottom of my heart. You have helped me do my English in all aspects of my English, my reading and my writing and everything in between. And not only that, you're super nice to me, like in the hallways. You always make sure to say hi to me. And you always put a smile on my face whenever I get to see you. And I really miss seeing you in person, and I hope that I get to see you soon.
Miss Leapley, I hope you're doing alright. I hope the family's good. I just want to make this quick, but I hope everything back there is good. I thank you for posting lessons, posting all the slides. It really helps me understand it, and even when I don't understand it, you still manage to make it somewhat make sense. And from what you teach me, I can build off what other videos I learn. So let's say I watch a video for somebody else, I can understand that video based off the stuff you already showed me. So thank you for that, and I hope to be back in class soon.
And for my E-Block class, my math teacher, Miss Leapley, thank you, even though we kind of got on the wrong foot last year because of all the slacking that I did in geometry. It's kind of made up for it this year. All the skills that you and Miss Wargo have taught me, they've all just come around full circle to help me out later. So thank you for that.
Miss Leapley, thank you for having these Zoom meets every single class, despite the pretty obvious problem that you have to deal with having kids of your own that just are running around while you're trying to focus on giving a lesson, and so you're over here trying to give the lesson, trying to control the kids, and it's just very difficult for you. And I appreciate you going out of your way to still consistently having those classes, giving us a place where we're able to ask you questions, and it just really enhances our learning.
Mrs. Lee, my AP Language and Composition teacher, you have been amazing throughout this online school process. Everything has been really confusing at times, and you have laid out everything with expectations, directions, where to go to find things. You've really laid everything out so that we can figure it out and get where we need to be with minimal struggle. And without you, I'd probably be a little bit lost right now, but from the way you explain things and inform us about everything, makes me feel a little bit more calm throughout this crazy time.
Thank you, Ms. Lunan. We appreciate everything you do for all of your students.
The next teacher I would like to thank is Miss McGinney. I had her last semester, and I would just say she's a very nice teacher, and I would say she helped me a lot because I drew drawing now, and it's a hobby, and drawing's not very easy, and I learned a lot in that class from her and stuff.
I'd like to thank Miss McGinney for being a very great drawing teacher and making the class very fun and being an enthusiastic teacher. I'd like to thank...
Hi, Mrs. McGinney. I'm here with Gus and Lulu. They're obviously, oh my gosh, they're a lot bigger than since when you last saw them. But I'm just making this video to thank you for being such an amazing teacher. Even though I don't have you this semester, I just thank you for all that you do for not only me, but for the North Branford High School community, and just thank you for everything.
Miss McGrath, your class is definitely one of the most challenging classes I've ever taken, but looking back, it was honestly so worth it because I really do feel like I've learned so much from your class. And the best thing about you is that you understood how difficult it is to learn an entire new language. You never expected us to just understand things right off the bat. You knew that you understood how difficult it is, and even when we could only understand like 10% of an entire Spanish document, you got excited about it and told us how great that was. And I really am glad that I stayed in that class and didn't drop out because it was honestly so worth it. All of your teaching methods, everything that you did in that class just worked really well. I really am grateful for you challenging us in that class.
Thank you, Ms. McGrath, for making your class really exciting and doing all these different methods to get everyone involved and having a blast learning Italian. It's really fun being in class, doing the cahoots, doing all the different kinds of work, listening activities. It's fun.
Hi, Miss M. I wanted to share with you just a few reasons why I am so grateful that you are my teacher during this time. For one thing, I really like that your posts are well organized and easy to follow. Second, I really liked your video explanation on our last project because it really helped me understand what I was doing while I was accomplishing it. And lastly, contacting you is really easy. You are very approachable when I have questions or are unsure about our work. Thank you so much for being there for our class and making this quarantine just a little bit better.
Miss Mello, thank you so much for just still being there for everyone in this time, because it's really hard for everyone and everyone's struggling in their own way, and you're still here to help us while you're going through your own struggles, and I just really appreciate you for everything you do for us, and that I still get to talk to you every week, and I really enjoy talking to you. Miss Maluski, there are no words to describe what you've done for me over the past few years. Since I have met you in 7th grade, you've always made resources very productive. You've taught me so many studying skills that I still use to this day. You also help me to understand whatever I need in English or math or science or history or whatever it may be. You also helped me and all my friends with our social lives, like if something happened between me and some friends, you would always help, and I couldn't be more thankful for what you've done for me in the past few years. I look forward to seeing you by my side for the rest of my high school career. I really hope you're here with me.
Miss Miller, I appreciate you. Thanks.
Thank you, Miss Miller.
I would like to thank Mrs. O for giving me confidence in myself and helping me with any problems I had through my 4 years of high school.
Hey Miss O, I just wanted to say thank you for everything you've done for the school. You give really good advice, you're a great listener, and you're really easy to talk to. We appreciate everything you do for us.
Ms. Pulaski, I just wanted to let you know that we all miss you so much, and thank you so much for being such a great teacher to me and to everybody else. You taught me Algebra 2 very quickly, which I'm surprised that I could even comprehend. You're always there to help us out and to ask us if we need help with anything. In school and now online school, you're always asking us questions about if we need help with anything, which we all really appreciate. And you're overall a happy person, and we love that about you. So, happy Teacher Appreciation Week.
Miss Pulaski, you were one of the sweetest and kindest people I've ever met, and you were always offering extra help, and you always wanted to make sure that we understood the material that you were teaching to us. That was all you ever wanted to do, was make sure that we understood everything that we were learning. You always had a smile on your face, and you made math seem like so fun and happy, and I don't remember one time ever feeling stressed or nervous while sitting in your classroom, except for maybe like taking a big test, but that's not the point. I miss you.
Miss Pat, I really miss your class, honestly. I miss seeing you every morning. You just always
made me smile each morning. And in the morning, I never really smile. But I feel like you're always someone I can talk to and you always help me out. And honestly, English isn't really my best, but I feel like you're my favorite English teacher because I'm still not the best at English, but I feel like I'm doing better because of the way you help me out and the way you teach.
Thank you, Mrs. Papantonio. I've had you for 2 years now, and you made English class very enjoyable, and it is my least favorite subject, but you definitely made it one of my top 3. And thanks for helping me improve my essays and my writing skills.
Pap, I just want to thank you so much for all of your hard work and everything that you're doing, especially coming up with lesson plans to teach us through the computers, even though it's not the easiest way to be teaching. I wanted to also thank you for everything that you do, especially helping me out in English when I'm not understanding stuff. And I just wanted to let you know that everyone appreciates you and that we're all thankful to have you as our English teacher. And I just wanted to say thank you, and I hope to see you soon.
Ms. Palomini, Environmental Science. Yes, Ms. Palomini is my AP Environmental Science teacher. Great teacher. Ms. Palomini is always in a good mood, always makes everyone else in a good mood when we're on the Zooms. Everyone is smiling. We get to talk about life and stuff, and I appreciate that you actually care about how stressed out we are and how we're doing and how we're feeling, and you're not just looking for grades, you're looking for emotion.
Hi, Ms. Palomini. I just wanted to thank you so much for everything that you do, especially right now with teaching us through the computers, even though biology isn't that easy to learn through computers, but we're still managing. And I just wanted to thank you so much for everything you do, especially believing in me when I don't believe in myself sometimes. And I always say I'm gonna do bad on a quiz or test, but you know I'm not, and I never do, because you teach us very well and you always help us. And I just wanted to let you know that we all appreciate your hard work and everything that you do. And I just wanted to thank you for that, and I hope to see you soon.
Miss Palomini, I really miss your class. I miss you mostly. I miss you telling all your stories, and I honestly do miss the lessons because I feel like I really understand the way of your teaching and how helpful you are to me and everyone else. And I miss you singing sometimes and you talking about your son, and you just made me really happy at the end of the day, and I miss that a lot.
I have Miss Redman, and I wanted to thank her for being a very caring and loving teacher. She treats all of us like we're her own children and really makes all of her assignments fun in some way and tries to just really get us to appreciate science and coloring.
Miss Redmond, you are one of the best teachers I had throughout high school, and I'm so happy I got to have you my senior year. You are loving, patient, and kind, and always make sure your students understand the material. I'm going to miss you next year.
Another teacher I would like to thank is Mrs. Redmond. She's just a really happy, positive person, and every single time I was in her class when we actually met in person, she would always be smiling, and she made human anatomy super fun, and I remember a lot from the beginning of the year, which is surprising because of how many body systems we've gone through and how much information has been thrown at us in the class. It's just one of my favorite classes I've taken this year, and I think it's in the top 10 I've taken. I think, for me, at least, my opinion, it's my top 10 in the top 10 favorite classes I've ever taken in high school. It's so much fun, and I really like how she teaches and how much I've learned.
Reynolds. Easily one of the most helping hand teachers, very very respected, and he's always helping kids, and no matter what, if they're in his class or not, he's always helping, and he's outstanding to everybody, and I know all the kids in my class love him, and he's a very, very good guy.
Mr. Reynolds, I had you the first half, and I also had you freshman year. You really taught me a lot on, like, how to fix cars, oil changes, tire pressure, and all that. And, I'm going to use that in the future because even though I might not be a mechanic, but that's always good to know because just in case my car breaks down or something, or if I'm having car trouble, I can maybe fix it on my own. And I have you to thank for that. So, thank you.
Mr. Reynolds, I had you freshman year for auto, and I have you this year for engineering, and I love your class. It's very fun, and I also like that it gives me a new perspective at looking at things in life and how, things are engineered and all. Thank you.
Hi, Miss Ritchie. I just wanted to thank you for everything that you do for us, especially when we're not understanding math, and also teaching us right now through the computer, especially math, because I know that's not the easiest thing to learn, even when you're in person. And I just wanted to always thank you for being there for me when I need help, whether it's with math or just like life advice in general, and always making me laugh when I need a good laugh too. And I really miss you, and I hope I get to see you soon. And I just wanted to say that we all appreciate everything that you do for us, even when we're in school. Thank you. I miss you.
Mr. Rice, thank you for always being patient with your students and finding new ways to help us better understand physics.
I also want to thank Mr. Rice. He is my physics teacher, and this is his first year teaching physics and my first year learning physics. And from what I've seen so far and from what he's taught us, I think that he's a really good teacher. I think that he's really patient, and I think that he's really understandable and knows that physics can be really hard, but he still tries to work with us and doesn't give up on us, even though we can be really difficult sometimes.
Thank you. Mr. Rice, I would like to thank you for being patient with all of us. You're always there to answer any questions we have or redo any problem we need to be redone. So I thank you for that. And also I appreciate all the new skills and new ways of learning you've implemented. If something didn't work, you would try something new, and if that worked, you stuck with it. So I thank you for that.
Hi, Miss Sheehan. I just wanted to say thank you so much for everything that you're posting and everything that you're offering. I know this is a really tough time, but I really appreciate everything that you're doing so that I can better succeed in your class. Hi, Miss LaCroix.
First, I want to thank Miss Sheehan. I appreciate you for always showing that you care about your students, and I really just miss how bubbly you are and how you always are a support system for me, and I know that I can always come to you with anything or any help that I need.
Miss Sheehan, thank you for making class enjoyable and always finding new ways for us to learn while having fun at the same time.
Miss Michelle, thank you for helping me, and you taught me English grammar and how to write in English and read. I'm very appreciative about it, and thank you so much for helping me with every classes. What I don't understand, you help me to understand, and I'm very appreciative about it. And thank you for always helping me, and you help me with choosing my classes, every rule in school, not just about schoolwork, about school. And I'm always happy to go to your classroom. Your classroom, one of my best class what I go to, and I'm very appreciative, and I hope you don't can.
Thank you, Miss Simmons, for helping me out through all my freshman year so far, and probably the rest of it with the whole social distance coronavirus thing going on. You've been a very great help this year. I don't know how I could repay you.
Third, I just want to thank Mrs. Stanio. She is my pre-calculus teacher, and she is so good. She makes math so easy to understand, and she's really helpful. She's really thorough when she explains new lessons to us, and I just want to thank her for being a really good teacher, and I feel like she should get appreciated more.
Thank you, Miss Stanio, for helping me improve my math skills. I had you for 2 years, and this year's definitely been my best year because I definitely improved in math, and thanks to your help, I understand it better than ever.
I just want to say thank you to Mr. Sweet. I think you're doing a great job, but also keeping everybody positive and trying to make the best of a bad situation.
Hey, what's up, Mr. Sweet? I want to thank you really quick on all those years that I've been at school so far. Hopefully you're my teacher next year for any type of subject I'm in. You're really funny, you're really good at what you know what you're doing all the time. You don't give out a lot of work, and even when you do give out a lot of work, it's pretty easy and I can get it done quick. Although sometimes I'm not good at the test, I still manage to get it done, and you still manage to somehow make it fun. I know you must have had a lot of people already thank you and all that, but I wanted to thank you myself. So thank you for all those years, and again, I hope I see you again next year.
Hi, Mr. Sweet. I just wanted to say thank you for keeping our class interesting and making it something to actually look forward to at the end of the day, and for always putting up with our class, because I know it could be a handful sometimes, and I hope to see.
Hey, Mr. T. So, doing this teacher appreciation thing, I would like to thank you for helping me get my assignments done, helping me through work, and being an amazing teacher.
Mr. T, thank you for making me the player that I am today. You have always pushed me to be a better person on and off the court, and if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Thanks, Mr. T. I appreciate everything you've done, and I love your jokes. Really miss you, and I really wish I was back at school.
Mr. Totten, I have you for Food and Nut this year. Well, Food and Nutrition, as most people call it. And it's had a positive impact on me. Never done anything cooking related before. Really, even at home, barely cooked anything. But it's been a fun class, and like the way you did things by just letting us either do projects or do cooking. It didn't feel like work, but it did feel like we were learning something. So it was a win-win situation, and it's been a lot of fun. It's unfortunate that we can't stay in class, but the way you've been doing things at home is still awesome, because you're like teaching us about home cooking and why it's important. So while we're at home, we could home cook, or encourage our parents to, or do it ourselves, or just know what to avoid and how to stay healthy, since probably being less active than normal without going out. The way you make us check in has been good, like insightful to say, oh, a question, like answer this question is check in. So then it's like we think of foods and whatnot that relate to the class, and that's been good. So thank you for doing all this.
So for Teacher Appreciation Week, the first teacher I'd like to thank is Miss Toll. She always makes time for students who aren't understanding the material. She stays after with students and works extremely hard just to make sure the students are in a good place. She always connects on a deeper bond with the students. You know, she's more than just a teacher. You could go to her with your problems. She's a good person to talk to all around, so thank you.
Mrs. Toll, I want to thank you for being one of the most patient teachers I know. Having a senior math class isn't always easy. I also want to thank you for always having your students back inside and outside of the class.
So the first teacher I'd like to thank is Miss Toll. I would say I'm very thankful for her helping out with everybody and helping out when I have small problems with math or whatever, and I could get extra help at any time.
I'm learning a lot. Thank you, Ms. Trainer, for being a really great teacher, for making me personally better at the trumpet, and for making marching band really fun and inviting, and answer my questions when I have them, especially if they're out of the blue.
So first I have Miss Trainer, and I'd like to thank her for inspiring me to continue what I love doing, which is music, and really setting me on my career path and being really supportive of everything I do, and especially for being somebody I can really trust and confide in as a teacher.
The last teacher I'd like to thank is Miss Trainer. For the last 4 years I've had her, and it's been a blast pretty much. From being a mentor, from doing all the concerts, doing all the vacations or whatever we went on, the trips and stuff. I've had a lot of fun in band for the last 4 years. Plus, there's been a lot, it has helped me get confidence in doing other things and stuff. And doing music and making music is a lot of fun. So yeah, thank you.
Moving on to Miss Tetso, you're my Spanish teacher. So for me, Spanish is something that I kind of struggle in a little bit, and Miss Tetso has made Spanish really, really fun and amazing for me, and I feel like I'm actually learning something. And sometimes my grades might not represent that I'm learning, but trust me, I am. And to me, the Spanish that you're teaching us is really valuable, and I hope to be able to travel and use it in the future as a tool.
Hi, Mrs. Tetso. Thank you for making our class fun and different from the rest of our other classes. I really like how we get to like talk in the beginning and like talk about our plans or how we're feeling and answer like the interesting questions. And I also like how we could do that on Zoom too, even though it's not exactly the same, but like it's kind of close to it. But I really hope we could be in the classroom soon.
And lastly, I want to say thank you to Miss Wargo. Thank you for everything that you do. I appreciate how much time and effort that you put in to making sure that every single one of your students knows exactly what you're doing before you move on. It really is not unappreciated, and everyone knows how much you put into this. And I just want to say thank you, because honestly, I'd suck at math if it wasn't for you.
All right, for my fourth teacher, Miss Wargo, I think your way of teaching is really easy to follow, and I appreciate when you give like a class like time to just do the work. You do that a lot. I don't know, not a lot of teachers do that, so I really appreciate that.
The next teacher I want to thank is Miss Wargo. Miss Wargo, I have never done good in math until this year, so I'm so grateful that I have such a good teacher just to help me. And even though it's tough to learn over Zoom, like I'm still doing pretty well, which is pretty surprising for me since I didn't think I would do pretty well. But yeah, you're just really nice, and you definitely put up with my random conversations, even if they're on Zoom, which is like nice because like that's how it was in class, but we also still get the work done, and I'm having fun getting all my math homework done, so thank you.
Miss Webb. Miss Webb, you're a very wonderful teacher. You're very positive and you're always helping, and I appreciate that. And you're very motivated to help your students and move them to greatness, and I really appreciate that. Mr.
And now we're going on to B block. I want to say thank you to Webb, my gym teacher, my fitness training teacher last year. Done so much for me. You kept me in shape these past couple years, and it means a lot to me.
Miss Webb, the GOAT, thank you for always pushing me in gym class, never let me slack off. Really appreciate that. You're one of the few people in the school that I feel like I can almost talk about anything with. You support every one of your students in everything they do, academics, athletics, just life in general.
And last but certainly not least, I want to say thank you to Mr. White. Everyone knows him, everyone loves him, and I think I speak for everyone when I say he is just one of the best people we have in the district. I mean, he is just one of the most inviting, fun people you can ever be around. He's constantly talking to everyone, constantly making sure everyone's included. The birthdays in the cafeteria, the rock, paper, scissors, giving out lollipops and everything. He's just such a fun and inviting person. So thank you, Mr. White, for everything you do, for being amazing to everyone. I know I'm gonna miss you next year.
And finally, even though I don't have you as a teacher, I would love to thank you, Mr. White, for everything that you do, all the pep talks you give me before basketball games, just everything you do in general. You are a great person, and I just appreciate you so much. So thank you for everything.
The first teacher that I want to thank is Mr. Yerkes. I want to say thank you because Spanish has become actually quite like beneficial to learn this year, and learning it at home was definitely like hard at first, but I've gotten the hang of it, and you always have a Zoom available for the class, so that's also pretty good because we're able to sit and take our tests and ask questions at the same time. So I really enjoy going to Spanish class.
New York, yes. I just wanted to tell you I appreciate you so much as a teacher and a person. In the beginning of this year, I wanted to quit and not challenge myself in your class, and you said no, you had faith in me, and I appreciate it so much, and I miss you over this quarantine. I miss our Spanish classes that we had together, and yeah.
Positive. Mr. Young, I know you're supposedly retiring, but I just always thought you were a great teacher, and I want to thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Young, for being a really great history teacher, being the quiz bowl coach, like getting to go on all those trips to like the different schools and just have a lot of fun doing quiz bowl. It was like one of the highlights of my freshman year, I think. And it's really great having class and learn a lot, and it's really fun all the lectures you give, and especially the thing about the high-pitched general.
Mr. Young, I've had you since freshman year and till now for advisory, and I had you last year for U.S. history, and I really liked the way that you taught. Even though it was different, I still enjoyed it, and I really liked history. And I always like saying good morning to you every day, and now I'm kind of sad that I can't do that.
Thank you, Miss Zeldes, for last year's Spanish class. You made it really fun, even though everyone else was being a pain. You always tried your best, and you definitely made it fun.
Mr. Cardi, thank you for being a teacher and a good teacher, I'd say. From just class being enjoyable despite not understanding everything, because I'm not, no, by no means a chem whiz. But I feel like you've been understanding a lot and helpful. And study hall at the beginning of the year, B block study hall, that was a lot of fun. You contributed to that, and it helped for learning, and it was just a good time in class. Labs are usually pretty experimental and just enjoyable because they're different than just a break from normal work. And I feel like I've learned a bit more of a work ethic in that class, because that's been a positive impact. Because as much as I did bad at tests at the beginning, the more I realized that if I actually try to do good, and that's been really helpful. And I feel like you helped me improve my grades in that class. Like one of the tests recently I did pretty good on, and I all that was just a part of that class. And you've been a good teacher, so thank you.
Miss Sicardi is another teacher I have. Thank you, Miss Sicardi. She is just one of the sweetest, kindest teachers that I've ever had. She really lets you, she lets you get to the work and learn as best you can. She constantly pushes her teaching style around however best you learn. So thank you, Miss Sicardi, for all you do.
Mr. Cardi, my chemistry teacher. Mr. Cardi, I really appreciate the fact that you have been posting all the assignments at the beginning of the week and allowing us to take our time and go at our own pace to be able to get all the assignments done. I like the fact that I can work at my own pace, because obviously there's times when I feel like working and obviously there's times when I don't. And by assigning the work the way you have, it makes it clear that you understand that, and you're giving us time to sort of slack off a bit when we need to, and then other time to focus when we need to as well. And I appreciate that you're giving us that option.
Thank you to all my teachers. I appreciate you more than you think I do. And you made my life so great just because of how you impacted me. So thank you.
I want to say thank you to all the teachers, all the staff, the janitors, and the principals, the people at the front desk, and everybody that's been there for us, that's been giving us 100%, that's been kind to us, and everything.
I love and miss all of you guys so much, and I hope everyone is doing well as they can be during this time. But yeah, I really miss all of you guys.
Lastly, I just want to thank all the teachers at North Branford High School for everything you do, especially with this online school, putting in so much work and just helping everyone pass. So thank you.
And I just want to thank all the teachers in general for helping us succeed in school. and for adjusting to this new schedule and this new kind of lifestyle. It means a lot to all the students to know that you guys still care, to put in so much effort into teaching us and to teaching us new things. So, yeah, thank you guys.